to another stream. This is something just a little bit off the cut. This is just something not really planned. This is just something that kind of just something I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a stream about this. And this is about the Maono, if that's how you even say it, Maono caster Lite. So this is like it's basically a professional audio innovation. So essentially, it's like a small Bluetooth mic mixer. Essentially, is what it is, and this actually isn't mine. So I don't actually own this, but I kind of do, if that makes sense. No, so this is actually so work actually bought this, and when I do various bits of podcasting at work, and bits of like audio recording for my role at the Goodwin Development Trust, and as part of that role, I do bits of recording, so I use this, and sometimes like I'll go somewhere and I'll record, and then when I like come back from recording, like it's too late to go to the office, so sometimes for a couple of days I do get to have like various bits of equipment at home, that is like just for work purposes, and then when I go back to the office, I take it back with me. So I'll be taking this back with me tomorrow. But what I thought I'd do is give you a little bit of a look at this. I'll tell you my thoughts about this. I'll tell you what I like about this. I'll tell you what I don't like about this. And essentially, we'll just have a little chat in general regarding this. So I use this, like I say, for audio recording, so like podcasting. So essentially, you can plug two microphones into it, and you can connect it to like mobile phone via Bluetooth. You can connect it into laptops, and then you can use it to like record into programs such as like Audacity or like FL Studio, for example. So if you wanted to, I don't know, say record an interview into Audacity, you can use this little interface, and you can just kind of control the volumes and stuff like that. So what do I think about this? So I've used this now for nearly 2 years, just under 2 years. So not long after I started my role in the job, this was bought for the company, and I began testing it out. I began using it, and I like it. I've got to say I enjoy it. So let's have a look inside the box, and I'll show you exactly kind of what you get inside of the box with this, and we'll go from there. So straight off the bat, we've had this a couple of years now, so everything's not in the box as neat as it would be, say, if you was unpacking it for the first time. But this is the little interface mixer, little Bluetooth mixer. It almost kind of looks like a little DJ controller, and these would be your jog wheels, but it's not anything to do with DJing or anything like that. So don't get confused by thinking it's something DJ related, because it's not. So straight out the box, you get the interface itself, you get instruction manuals. We're going to take this out of the way because this actually doesn't come with it. This is not part of it. This is just an extra mic that was bought separately that doesn't come in the box, but we just keep it in the box. But you get the interface, you get a microphone, and you get all the power leads, etc., which the power leads are just like your standard normal USB-C type mobile phone charger that you would charge, a normal typical mobile phone. And you also get the little foam that goes on the microphone. So what's that say? The lizard people are among us. So yeah. So when we look at the like interface itself, so we have a monitor volume, we have a mic volume, and then we have a music volume. So you can use this, and you can use it to play, like you can play music through this as well. Like obviously it doesn't have like a speaker built into it, but you can connect like something, that isn't this, but you can connect something to this that will play music, and then you can use it to essentially control the volume. And then it's got some really cool and weird effects on it, so you can do some like really cool things with your voice and stuff. So you can make yourself sound like really high pitched or really low pitched, or you can make yourself sound like different sounds essentially. um, and you can do some like really cool stuff, and you can also tap some little effects on it as well. So you can tap like there's a button that says cheering, and it'll play like a cheering sound effect when you have it all plugged into something. And essentially, you can plug an external speaker to it and then tap it, and you'll hear like a cheering sound. So if you're doing like a podcast and then you just wanted to quickly, I don't know, add a cheering sound in, you can add a quick cheering sound in. You can do like applause. You can do gunshots. So if it's like, oh, this has gone lit, you can go like, just for example, you can do people laughing. You can do booing. You can do awkward. So you can do some pretty cool stuff. And then, there might be some people out there that want to do it, but you can also add an echo to your microphone as well, so you can make yourself talk with an echo, which it's not too bad if you want to do that. And then you can do like the mids, highs, and the lows, and you can also there's a recording volume level as well. So if you're recording and you feel like it's a little bit quiet, you can turn the recording level up a bit, and then you'll sound a little bit louder coming through your recording level and stuff like that. And then when it's obviously turned on, there's like the equalizer that tells you, like, if you're redlining, just like any sort of normal mixer would tell you. So on the back, you've got the power button, you've got a light button, so you can like turn the lights on and off. We've got the USB-C. There's two microphone inputs. You've got an output. You've got a music input. You've got a headset input, so you can plug headphones into it. And you've got pod outputs as well. So normally I just plug two microphones into it. I normally just connect it to Audacity when I'm using this for work, and then I just record audio into Audacity. I have had a little bit of a play around just for fun and use some of the like cheering sounds and stuff, but 9 times out of 10 I would just like use this for recording audio, so podcasting, that kind of thing. So I'm recording one at the moment, so I just record it. I'm not a part of it. I don't speak in it, but I'm doing a Hull's hidden histories. So we've got a famous comedian from Hull, and then we've got a sort of like sort of educated archaeology guy from Hull, who's working, well, he's from Scotland, but he's working on some projects in Hull, and he kind of educates this comedian into like a funny podcast about sort of like hidden histories of Hull, and there's like a bit of banter in it. The first episode went up today, so I use it for recording that. This is the only thing I really use it for, in all honesty. So what do I like about it? I like the fact that it's small. I like the fact that it's mini. I like the fact that it's quite easy to take it around, and this is very sort of accessible. If you wanna, if you're out and about somewhere, and I don't know, you just wanted to grab like a quick interview with somebody, because it's Bluetooth, and because the microphones, they have the normal 3.5 jack that you can just plug into a phone or something like that, providing you're not on one of them new phones where it only has the USB Type C. You can plug your microphones into your phones very quickly, and you can quite easily snap a little bit of an interview or a little bit of like some form of recording with, just sort of while you're very slyly on the go. So the microphone itself, I like the microphone. It's not the strongest, it's not the best. I've definitely recorded vocals and done various different things on a lot better like condenser microphones. But for something that, is made to be just cheap and on the go, and something that, like you say, you can be out anywhere and you can just whip this out and take a quick sort of interview with somebody. It works really well for that. If you want to just record something really quickly on the fly, and you're not really bothered about being in a studio room and the audio being like, 100% best quality, but you want something that is going to just be decent and clear enough that it'll pick up what you're saying, and it'll sound good enough that if you bang it online, it's not going to be so dreadful that people won't listen to it, then this is a really, really good thing. Absolutely fantastic. So now we're going to jump on to something I don't like about this, and this is something that I think alternatively can really let this down, and this is something I think, in all fairness, that it should be sorted. Ideally, why make something that can't do this? And so it's got two mic inputs, but there's only one level for turning the microphones up and down. So what I mean is, if you've got two microphones plugged in, so say you've got this one plugged in, you've got this one plugged in, this one sounds absolutely fine. This one is, it's coming out clear as day. But this one just sounds a little bit quiet, and, it just needs a little bit of a boost. You can't turn each microphone individually. So on the thingy itself, you've got the monitor. It's kind of like the master for the whole thing. And then you've got the mic volume, which is here, and it's just this one. So it looks like a jog wheel on DJ decks. This is the only one volume that you can turn up. So for example, like I say, if you've got this mic and it's sounding really good, but you've got this mic and it's not sounding so good, and you boost this mic up, you're then going to boost this mic up, and then this mic may then become, do you know what, like this mic is now too loud. So that is a little bit annoying, to get like a level from both microphones without, you turn one up, you're turning the other up essentially. You turn one down, you're turning the other down. So it's really hard to get that balance, unfortunately. Like I say, you're turning one up, you're turning the other up. Sometimes you don't always want to turn both up, because, like I say, one of the levels could actually be already alright. So that does, for me, that really lets it down. And in all fairness, like, personally, like, I use this because we use it for work. If I was thinking, all right, in spare time, I'm going to start my own podcast, which I've wanted to do that countless times before. If I was going to do that, I would probably, if this allowed you to turn, like, to monitor the levels of each individual microphone, so you can turn one up without turning the other up, I would probably go for this, because, apart from that, this is a really strong bit of equipment, and I really like the fact of how sort of like portable and accessible it is. But for me, it just doesn't, you're having that where, you can't adjust the microphones without adjusting them both. It kind of really puts me off. So if I was going to go for podcasting myself, unfortunately, I would probably look for something a little bit more different, where you've got volume control for each microphone. But apart from that, like that is the one thing that lets it down, and unfortunately, it's quite a big thing that lets it down. Because apart from that, like, I'd say this thing is like practically more or less perfect. Apart from that, but the one thing that lets it down is like a big thing, and unfortunately, like I say, you can't turn one mic down without turning the other down. So because I use this for work, I use it, But like if I was going to start something up myself, I would probably use something else just because like I want to be able to control both mic levels. Um, but apart from that, it is a really strong piece of equipment. Unfortunately, I should have researched before starting this stream. I haven't got a Scooby Doo where you even buy this from. I don't even know how much they go for. You can type in Maono caster Lite. You can search it into Google, and I'm sure it'll come up. But essentially, my work boss just came into the office one day and said, I've ordered this little bit of equipment for some podcast recording. Have a little play around with it and see what you think of it. I had a little play around and I thought, you know what, I actually really like this, and then I started using it for work purposes. But I never, I probably did ask him at the time, like, oh, where did you get this from? And he probably did tell me, but it was like nearly 2 years ago, so I can't remember. But I'm sure you can search this into like Google and it'll come up and it'll tell you, and there'll probably be links to it. And I don't think they're all that expensive, in all honesty. But I just couldn't like 100% tell you exactly what it's gonna be in that sense. But yeah, this is the Maono Maono Caster Lite AUAM 200S1 professional audio innovation. So it just innovates your audio basically. You can add effects onto it. You can do a whole world of different things. So what I will do is I will just turn it on briefly. So you can see now it's lit up, it's got all the lights on it, it's doing all cool flashy things, and you can tap these and do different effects. As you can see, I'm tapping the buttons and it's changing colour, and then you can tap all these and obviously do all kinds of different things. And like I say, it's Bluetooth. I don't know how well you can see, but there's a little Bluetooth icon that's flashing, and you can just adjust levels and things. So if I mean, there's no speakers plugged in, so you're not gonna hear anything. But I'll just show you. So if I plug it in into, say, just put it into the mic input one. When I tap the mic, you can see when I start speaking, you'll see that there's a level there. So hello, hello, but you won't hear it because there's no speakers going into this. But I could in all rights, I could connect some speakers to this, and then you would hear microphone levels. And you can probably plug dynamic microphones into them as well. So you probably can use like a normal karaoke microphone too. That will probably more than likely work, but just something I've never tried because I've never really had the chance to, or I guess I've never really needed to. Whereas for me, I just use it for the podcasting at work. But that is essentially the whole sort of like idea of it. It's just supposed to be something quick, fly, something you can take on the go just like that, and it's something that is really good in that sense. So that is the Maono Caster Lite. So audio, professional audio innovation. It's so it's a starter bundle basically. I believe you might be able to get some bigger versions of these that are maybe a bit more expensive. I'll show you the box. Do your research if you're interested. Search it up, check it out, have a look, and get one. If you feel that it's going to be good for you, absolutely wicked. But yeah, they work with iOS, Android, Windows, Mac OS. No additional drivers are needed. So it's really good in that sense. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to share. We'll see you soon. I'm breaking terms and conditions. Stop what you are doing. You could end up in a legal situation. You have been warned. Please end your stream. And thank you for complying. See you later, fake account. There you go. Peace.